longer I can keep this up.
Looks like the target is in range. Let's see who the weakling is now. Fire in the hole!
I wonder why the robot stopped attacking me. Oh crap, what's that?
Oh, whoopsies, did I hit you too, Teddy? Looks like someone else is a little bitch too.
Not gonna make it, little mama. Oh,
poor Teddy. No. Well, look at what we got here. Looks like I destroyed the monster, and someone else is on the ground being the bitch that they are. You mean you're the one that blew up that big robot? That's right. I did it by my own strength alone. It just goes to show you, you need a big brain as much as you need big muscles.
Looks like you're actually pretty good at fighting, Lloyd. With you, we should be able to get to the mountain peak without any more problems.
See, Teddy? Real men get to the zenith of the mountain. Bitches just stay at the foot.
I'll get you yet, you little son bitch.
And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Mother Earthbound Zero. I'm your host, the RPG guy, and yeah, this has been pretty epic trying to get up here. Even at the levels that we're at and everything, it's still kind of a struggle, as Mount Itoi is just relentless, throwing its strongest enemies that it has at us. And we're just hoping for the best, you know. What's nice is we are gradually getting stronger, but how fast are we actually gaining that strength is gonna make or break this party. And we're not at the actual best grinding point yet. I'll tell you when that comes up, but you can see we're taking damage left and right. At least luckily for us though, even being hit by Freeze Omega, we were able to still kind of walk that off. You know, it's just, this is what it's gonna be like coming up here, and most people really get concerned. But this is one of those early Nintendo games where grinding's a must, and you know, we've tried to pull off grinding as long as possible, and it's starting to catch up and bite us in the ass. Not that we need to grind yet. There's actually going to be a perfect moment for this, and we're still not at that exact moment, so you'll have to hang tight till then. Alright, so go up here. Oh shit. Now there's gonna be 3 of them. Yeah, because 4 wasn't enough, was it? Alright, let's keep going. I'm going the wrong way. Ah, son of a bitch. Megaborg, the master of Borginess. Just hit him hard. Just hit him as hard as you can. That's all you really can do. And kind of hope for the best. And that's about as best as it gonna get. Oh! Weak! Fuck it, let's hit him with Freeze Beta. I've already wasted that turn. And he's down anyway, so it worked out. Let's heal. Go up here. And surprisingly, we're actually getting to a place where we need to be. I don't know how else to really describe it, but it's pretty much like a safe spot. It's a healer's house is coming up, and you know, after the beating we've taken, the healer's house is very appealing. We know he's immune to beams, so let's hit him with... Can't think of really anything else to hit him with that's as effective. And that's just equally as effective. Okay, so keep heading east, and eventually we'll come to the healer's house. It would help if I actually turned the recorder on. I finally got to the house, and so Ninten and Anna are dancing, kind of, you know, this little romantic thingy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm you know, freaking out. I looked over, the recorder's not on. I'm like, oh shit! So anyway, they're dancing ensues. And this is pretty much the closest thing we get to a romantic moment in the game. Obviously, the other games expand on that a little further. I'm not going to say much. I don't want to ruin much about the other games if you've not seen them yet. But it's so cute. And they have their little dance. Aww. Let's get going already. Alright, so Teddy's obviously making us go forward, rather. And yeah, we are now attacked by the R-7038. Now, there's really not much you can do in this battle other than this. He's just gonna beat the shit out of you. You can't beat him. Now, I know that sounds pretty shifty. It's like, what? You can't beat him? That's weird. No, you can't beat him. It's one of those pre-scripted, you have to lose battles. So, yeah, because how are you going to survive that, you know? You're just not. Ow, they hit me. Come on, Teddy, you can do it! Stab him in the balls! No! And it looks like Lloyd saved us with the freaking tank. How that came about, who knows, but yeah. And we're back to full health. But it's just really Anna and Nintendo for the moment. Uh-oh. There's no we can beat him with brute strength alone, but we can bring peace back to the world. I just know it. Courage you have. I kind of wonder if Lloyd was actually aiming for Teddy, because yeah, now Lloyd's out of the party, or I'm sorry, Teddy's out of the party, and I hate to say it, he was our good character. Yeah, it's kind of disturbing that we've come to this. So yeah, so we're stuck with Lloyd. Not much for me to really say. He's got the toy air gun. His attack is 100, which is worse than Nintendo's. And it's not a great place to be. And you can give him the boomerang, but I don't think the boomerang's actually better. I mean, we'll double check, but I'm pretty sure the toy air gun is the best item possible. So, yeah. So we can just dump the boomerang at this point. Let's put that back on. And yeah, dump the boomerang because we'll need the inventory space. And this is part of the... We're going to get to a point in this game where leveling up is going to be, like, paramount. You have to do it. It's not something you can just put on the side. It has to get done because, as is, our party can't really handle much of what's coming up. And that's just the name of the game, you know. We're just not strong enough. This is also a good point. No, we can leave the Goddess Bracelet off right now. What's the levels again? So, Anna and Lloyd are at the same level, which works for me. Alright, well... let's go ahead and move out. Okay, we're back at the healer's house, yeah. So we're way back here. We gotta travel all the way through Mount Etoy again. Yeah, it's gonna suck. Not much for me to say about it, other than now we've got to do it with Lloyd, which is a little harder to do. So I'm gonna make my way back up to the healer's hut, and we'll see you guys when I get there. Alright, so we've made it back to the peak. And man, I'll tell you, it was a bumpy ride getting there. Had to leave a couple of times. This is, like I said, the majority of the time that this game usually takes to finish off is spent on Mount Etoy. It's just a beast. to get over, and it's just these enemies are potent, and Anna rather, is not really capable of doing much to keep herself alive. It's really at the mercy of just luck. But that's going to change in a little bit. So make sure when you get to the top of Mount Itoy with Lloyd, Anna, and Ninten in tow, you save. Because this next section, you could die trying to do it, and you don't want to miss this opportunity. And it'll make sense in a moment here, after I keep working down the Mega Borg. Okay, and what's neat about this upcoming section, surprisingly, is that you can do some really, really, really cool stuff. And one of the biggest issues is you can't, your character's levels are low. And I hate to say it, unless you've been even doing hardcore grinding sessions, even in the most hardcore of grinding sessions, you find yourself always kind of at the mercy of some of the enemies. So use that dimension warp. If you're playing the original, I think it's 4D warp or something like that. And that'll get you out of most major battles. Like this battle's very dangerous because of all the status effects the enemies can hit you with. Okay, so we've got a boat. We'll just take this sucker right into the inevitable. Oh, no! Whoa, 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 whoa. Where does it lead? It leads in here. This is the underwater lab, I believe, or unknown lab, depending on which version of the game you're playing. Coming here is imperative, and it is not to be underestimated. You can skip this, but getting through the next section of the game is really hard if you try to. And really, it's just a matter of going through this little dungeon. I don't believe there's any encounters in here, so you don't have much to worry about. You just gotta slowly make your way through. Ever so slowly. We slowly continue our way over. Not much for me to say other than keep going left. Ooh, look at the fishies, and up the ladder. There's no items in here, you're not going to miss anything, so. The instant it sensed Ninten, the robot sprang to life. My name is Eve. I've been waiting for you. My father was George. He was taken to the ends of the universe, and then he returned here. My duty is to protect you. So we get this extra character, kind of like a Birdman in a sense. He just tags along to the party. But one thing you've got to keep very much in mind is that Eve is practically all powerful. Remember I said we'd be grinding, This is it. Now there's a golden rule with this. Always have your characters defend, for they will not die. And Eve, as you can see, will murder everything in sight. Just let Eve take care of it. This is the grinding session. Just leave it to Eve. Leave it to Eve. And you should try to get your characters around level 35. The lowest character should be at a level 35. Now that's just time consuming. And there's no way really around it. Some golden rules with leveling up with Eve. You cannot go back to the healer's house. If you go back, you will lose Eve and pretty much have to lose the game because you need Eve for an upcoming boss battle, and that's not negotiable. She has to be in your party. So don't go back. Do not go back there. You shouldn't really have to go back there either, as long as you keep on your guard and whatnot. You shouldn't really have to go back there. I mean, you're going to get hit by a couple of things like this, but Eve will finish everything off. So, like I said, just guard and let Eve do the dirty work. So we're going to do this for a little while. I'll probably end up grinding for about an hour, which for this game is the most grinding I can recollect ever doing. So yeah, we're going to do that, and when we're done with our little grind session, we'll come back and keep making our way up Mount Itoy. Because it's going to be easy ride after we gain a few free levels, I say. Alright, so we've gotten everybody to level 30 with Ninten at 34, about to be 35. Let's keep moving. It only took about 20 minutes. I said I was going to get him to 35, and then I realized this is going to take a while. So it kind of makes more sense to just move along, doesn't it? And you know, if I need the level, there's actually places along the way to do it a little better than fighting a bunch of mook seniors. Take that, you stupid mook! Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and head north, as we'll end up into the last area of this dungeon, which is a bit of a beast. Even with Eve in tow, it can be pretty nasty. But luckily for us, Ninten has also learned Super Heal. So as long as Ninten or Anna survive, everyone will survive. So that's what you gotta know. You know, as we leave Eve to take out the stupid mook. We've been fighting them for hours. No, I'm just kidding. For only a little bit. So we head up. Now this place is vast, and it's just a lot of fake, kind of dead-end-like places. So you just need to make sure as you're going up here, you just make sure you're not going in a direction that would actually make you go, how does one describe this? The longer way. Okay, leave going the long way for other characters. As we let Eve attacks the Susie, which will insta-give that thing. Be weary, these are upgraded versions of the nuclear robots, an obvious upgrade to an enemy we fought before. And yeah, he's gonna blow up, so you're gonna have to heal after every one of these encounters. It just sucks. Especially because there's no AoE healing that we can use out of battle. There is in-battle AoE healing, but not much. So, yay! Heal everybody. Put that cookie down! Alright. And I still think... Oh, Lloyd's actually fully healed. Okay, God damn it. I'm going the wrong way, I think, too. Which isn't really helping me in my fight for good, you know? We have to fight a bunch of Gigaborgs. Which are slightly different than the creatures we fought earlier. Okay, go ahead and hit Eve all you want, I could care less. Alright. And again, free levels, and look at that, we got a laser beam. Not that that's something that's really that useful for Lloyd. Really, it's not. So don't get too excited over it, it's just crap. Alright, let's keep going up. And then I believe we just need to go all the way east until we can go north again. And then we're going to come to a small decision. It's not a bad decision. You should definitely do what I'm about to do because you'd be an idiot if you didn't. Alright, guard. Let Eve do all the hard work. You know, why should glorious me, why should I have to work harder than this game? That's exactly my point. You know, let Eve do all the dirty work, and like I said, you can sit here with Eve and grind till the fucking cows come home. Now if you're playing on a Famicom, this is pretty risky in case the power goes out. And trust me, that's happened. That's happened to me. Oh yes. I was not a happy RPG guy that day. No, I was RPG pissed! But, you know, shit happens and life goes on. Alright. Moving north, and we're going to this cave over here. Now if we keep going up the mountain, we get a different effect per se. We skip the cave and we go and kind of get to the final conclusion of the game, which you'll see in the next episode. But what you need to take from this is that there is a lot more to this than you would think. What we need to do, and make sure we finish doing, is doing anything we want with our character, with Eve, before getting to that juncture. We get to that juncture and we're really not ready to deal with it, then hey, joke's on you. Okay, so here we go. Now this is what we came up here for. This is arguably the best pendant in the game. It literally protects the wearer from every element by cutting the damage it does in half. You're obviously going to put this on Anna. If anybody needs it, it's going to be her. Which means she's going to now drop the rain pendant. And you can just throw it away. Drop it, doesn't matter. And a good thing to probably start considering is popping that goddess bracelet back on her. The lucky ring at this point is no longer of value. We've gotten what we could out of it, and if we didn't get it, well, fuck. That's why you don't save when you're in this part of the world, you know, in case you screwed up, you can always go back. As we go against the 7038, this is where things get ugly. Go ahead and guard and let Eve take care of it there. Do. And guard some more. Yeah, hit it. There's no reason for our characters to attack. They'll never do any real damage to it. And it leaves them open for some very nasty stuff. No! So Eve is gone. Poor Eve. And hey, look at that. Got another tune. So this is strange, but this is where you learn the melody that you need to know. And you need to make sure you have one inventory space open for, obviously, the memory chip. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Nintendo says a fate memory of his great-grandfather. What does this mean? Don't worry about it. You'll figure out in a little bit. If I just tell you, you're never gonna learn anything. As we go up against this fucking thing. Alright, no. Hit him with the strongest stuff, you can't go wrong. No, really, you can't. I mean, that's all you really can do. The other thing you can also do literally at this juncture of the game, which I don't always recommend that you do, you can literally start running away from battles left and right with Fourth Dimension or Dimensional Gate, depending on what version of the game you're playing. Doing this I highly advise against it, unless it's a battle you know you can't win. God damn it, I hit guard again. I meant to go to goods to use the laser. Well, at least we got a heal. Fuck it. Where's goods? There it is. Oh no! Take this, bum. And the other, like I said too, if you feel that any battle's just, not worth the effort, or it's going to take a long time to do, which like some of those team-up battles will be that way, don't do them. Just literally run from them. At this juncture of the game, you really can't lose that much, other than by chance of you get just axed down by the local enemy that's just stalking you at the time, and it's because you were unsuccessful in what you were attempting to do. It's not really helping me, is it? Not explaining this very well. Oh, god damn it. Give me this fucking bombs. Anyway, if you ever feel overwhelmed, just flee. No shame in running. Not at this juncture of the game, which is one of the strange parts of this game, is that running is actually recommended in some respects. One of the few times in a game where I've actually said running's a good idea. And it's really just because the enemies aren't worth it. You're not going to be able to level off of them. You could make the trip all the way back to the healing house, but why would you want to do that? You've come this far, you may as well just finish out. And I'm not going to ruin anything, but we're at a pretty decent level to handle what's about to come up. That's all I have to say. Saying anything more isn't going to ruin anything if you've played this game before, but if you haven't, yeah, I'm kind of messed up to tell you exactly how this plays out. But we're almost there, and that's what you got to do. So close yet so far, and now we got to go against the last Borg and the Giga Borg. Great. Well, you know what I like to do about that? Tell this battle to fuck and off. And the only person this could kill is Nintendo, so luckily that's why you keep those Franklin badges on Anna and Lloyd specifically. But it actually even makes more sense to pop a Franklin badge on Nintendo in that same respect. And the reason why is because Nintendo can sit there and revive Lloyd, but the thing is Lloyd can't take the hit. Ninten really can't take the hit that well either, so it's just whoever you think's worth it. The perk of giving it to Ninten, which I'll probably do now that I'm talking about it, is that Ninten can still try to get out of the battle and resurrect whoever got killed. So we're going to actually make that switch just for right now. Okay, boom. Fuck it. You know what? We're almost to the end here. Wait, is everybody healed up? There we go. Hey, that 10 HP could be the difference between life and death. As we make our way further up. Almost there. Oh, come on. It's a last board. He's useless. He's so useless, I'm not even going to waste my time fighting him. Yeah, Lloyd, you almost got one-shotted there. How embarrassing is that? Okay, so let's heal, because shit, 2 steps could be the difference between life and death. We're also going to restore most of Ninten's PP. Psychic points. Sure, that's exactly what they meant by that. And the reason this is important to do now is because you may not get a chance to do this later. And yeah, you might want to you may still have to escape from a battle or two. So let's just do all this. And then it turned into an ordinary rock, which is fine. We're loaded. We've been hoarding these since the early parts of the game. And that's the reason why you don't grind outside of this area very much, because you want to save as much of these stones as you can for what's coming up. Okay, that's all good. And these stones just make it really easy to recover all that lost PSI, the lost psychic power. It's hard to call it that when you know that's not what's going on in your... That's not what you're saying in your head. Okay, so she's almost there, right? Yeah, she's almost there. All the way up. Fill it all the way up. Is everybody healed? Yes. And then this happens. Skadoosh. Welcome, Ninten. I always had faith that you would make it this far. Long ago, your great-grandmother Maria filled her 8 melodies with all the love she could and scattered them around as gifts for you, even though she had never seen you before. We've now gotten the final melody. Bathed in the glow of the crystal, everyone was completely healed. Ah, fuck! I totally forgot about that. Fucking game. Alright, so now we've got the 8 melodies. And that's really kind of it. We can keep going north. And obviously doing this is just gonna do this again. Yeah. And you get the you can get this melody a lot of times, but you need to pay attention here. And yeah, so I guess we can another healing point. So if you need to keep grinding, go ahead. But we can't move any further now. This is where we are incapable of progressing further into the dungeon / story. So this is what we need to do. We need to PSI get the fuck out of here. Guard. Ow. Luckily, we can go back and heal that. I know, it's weird, isn't it? Let's go heal that, and then we'll finish this out here. Alright. 8 melodies, love she could, and scattered them all around as gifts. Okay, so that's great. We got the final melody. So what is the song? That's always a question I get. La 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 la. That's 1. La 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 la. 2. La 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 la. 3. La 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 la. La. That's 4. La 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 la. 5. La 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 la. 6. La 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 la. 7. La la la. And 8, I think is what they are. And so there it is. The whole song. Alright, so this is a great place to stop. On the next episode of Let's Play Earthbound Zero Mother, the grand conclusion. We'll see you there. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time. Oh man, now what is it?
Well, y'all, I thought I'd show you my big gun.
Well, that's a mighty fine gun you got there, buddy, but it's not always how big your gun is. It's how you use it.
Now what's that supposed to mean?
Good night, everybody.